It only lasted a few minutes, but millions would remember it forever. A live stream no one expected, shared by strangers, reposted by trolls, and burned into the memory of an entire generation. The night Ronnie McNutt turned on his camera, everything changed. This is not a story about violence. This is a story about a man, a community, and the darkest side of the internet. Ronnie McNutt was like thousands of others we pass every day, a Mississippi Army veteran, a man who loved his friends, a factory worker, a guy who posted memes and selfies just like everyone else. But behind the jokes, behind the beard, he carried silent battles. Like many returning service members, the quiet parts of life turned out to be the loudest. He struggled with loneliness. He struggled with faith. And some say he struggled with returning to a world that felt like it moved on without him. What no one realized was how soon everything would change. September 2020, evening in New Albany, Mississippi. A normal day on the surface. Ronnie was active online. He posted memes. He talked to friends. He seemed a little off, but not alarmingly so. A breakup had reportedly happened. Work stress, financial problems, isolation. Things weren't good, but no one imagined what was coming. At 8:32 p.m., Ronnie pressed Go Live. Tens of people joined the stream at first, then hundreds, then thousands. Not live, but through re-uploads that would spread faster than anyone could contain. Ronnie sat in his living room, speaking calmly, almost like a farewell message, but unclear. Friends commented. Family tried calling him. One friend even drove to his house. Facebook's system did not intervene. The stream continued. People in the comments begged him to stop. Others reacted with shock, denial, or even mockery. The darkest side of internet spectatorship, and then...
Hey guys, I guess that's it.
There was silence. No scream, no warning, just a sudden end to the stream. Millions of people would later see it, without ever meaning to. That's where the story should have ended, but instead, it began. Ronnie's final moment was re-uploaded, screen-recorded, and shared on nearly every major platform. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, YouTube, even children's apps. People encountered it without warning, sometimes disguised behind cute thumbnails and harmless captions. Many were traumatized. Parents reported their young kids seeing it. Content creators couldn't avoid it. TikTok's algorithm kept serving it to random users. It became the most unwanted viral video in history. This wasn't just about a tragic event. It exposed a system failure. Questions began. Why didn't Facebook stop the live stream? Why do platforms allow traumatic content to spread? Why did strangers treat a tragedy like entertainment? Should live streams be delayed for safety? Even more disturbing, some people turned it into shock content memes, jokes, edits. It was shared like a horror clip instead of a real person's final moment. Ronnie wasn't a character. He was a man. Someone with a mother, with friends, with people who are still living with the consequences. Many veterans struggle after service, not because they're weak, but because combat changes everything. Isolation, flashbacks, emotional disconnection, loss of purpose. Studies show that transitioning back into regular life is often harder than deployment itself. Ronnie talked openly about faith and personal battles, but like many, he didn't always talk when it mattered most. This is where the story becomes universal, because it's not just his story, it's the story of thousands of people suffering in silence. As the video went viral, so did the rumors. Some claimed the live stream had secret meaning. Some created conspiracy theories around his final words. Others insisted the video had been censored by the government. None of those claims were true. The truth? There was no conspiracy. There was just a man in pain, and an internet that didn't know what to do with it. Ronnie's relatives begged people online to stop sharing the footage. They asked for respect, for privacy, for humanity. Some listened. Many didn't. The family still speaks out today because the clip is still being shared, sometimes in secret, sometimes disguised, sometimes sent as a prank, and every time it resurfaces, they have to relive that night. Ronnie McNutt was not a horror clip. He was a person, a veteran, a friend, a son. He deserved help long before that live stream. And maybe, if the world had listened a little closer, things could have been different.